Goke came to our office one day and he tried to kiss me, saying that he had always liked me, but now that Bankole was gone, I could be his secret mistress. I slapped him with all the anger within me. It's another week and you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi. To all the women in the house, I would like to wish you a belated Happy International Women's Day. And to all our mothers and intending mothers, I would like to wish you Happy Mothering Sunday. Okay, you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi again. We have a very long story today and I'd just like to dive into the story. Hello Busi. I saw your story last week where you talked about the guy who married his best friend's woman. These things abound, especially with people we call best friends who are actually our enemies. Yoruba people have a proverb that says, they also say, for ara efolowa. What all that means is that your enemies are those that are close to you. My husband Bankole trusted so much in his childhood friend, and it was his greatest undoing. If only he listened to me when I warned him about Goke, maybe, just maybe, Bankole will be alive today. Bankole and Goke went to primary school, secondary school, and university together. Bankole was 3 years ahead of Goke in university because when it was time for them to go to university, Goke failed JAMB, and sometimes after, he lost his father. So the chances of furthering his education at that time was slim. It was Bankole who raised money for Goke when he passed JAMB eventually. Bankole made sure to share all he had with Goke, up to clothes. Even when Bankole graduated, he was sending money to Goke for upkeep. On Goke's graduation, Bankole was in a not unofficial duties. He made sure to enter the plane and drive to their school so that he would honor his friend Goke. Bankole was instrumental to Goke getting a job. He loved Goke like his own blood brother. When I met Goke for the first time, I felt there was something off about him, but I couldn't place it. Bankole spoke so glowingly of him so many times. Bankole realized that I didn't like Goke, and he said that the reason I was biased about Goke was because I believed that Goke would influence him with his humanizing. One of the first put up for me with Goke was when I learned that Goke's first wife was initially Bankole's love interest. From what Bankole and the lady said at different times, Bankole met the lady first and told Goke about her. Bankole was a bit shy to approach her, so Goke told him that he should relax, that he would talk to the lady on his behalf. Bankole didn't realize what harm Goke was up to. Goke told Bankole that the lady Anita said she was married and didn't want to have any affair. So Bankole decided to hands off and didn't bother, only for Goke to show up some months later and said he was getting married to the same lady, Anita. Bankole was shocked, but Goke told him that he didn't know how it happened and that the heart wants what it wants, blah blah blah. Bankole was like, you said this lady was married. Goke said that was what Anita told him, but it turns out that it was a lie. Their marriage didn't last up to 3 years. It was when the marriage was over that all the lies Goke told about Bankole leaked out. Goke turned around and said Anita was lying, blah blah blah, that because she knows how close Bankole is to him, that Anita just wanted to destroy everything that was good in his life. Gullible Bankole believed. It was then I started punching holes in Goke's many stories, but Bankole didn't say it. Or maybe he saw it but continuously forgave him because he was his childhood friend. Bankole started a business and invited Goke in even after I had warned him about Goke. He said he believed in Goke and he would rather do business with Goke than some new people that he just met. So they started this business and things were looking up. But guess what Goke did? He floated another company doing similar business and didn't let Bankole know. He knew their trade secrets and worked on some of their clients. Goke offered them stakes in the new company, and those ones started bypassing Bankole's company to do business with the company that Goke floated. Goke was still working with Bankole, pretending to be loyal to his friend. Bankole started complaining that business was slow and their clients were not forthcoming with contracts. Bankole tried setting up meetings with some of the directors of their client's company, but most of them evaded him. But the ones who agreed to a meeting told Bankole that he wasn't doing business like he should, that he should go and ask from other businesses what they were doing. Bankole came back to the office and told Goke all that had happened at the meeting. Goke said that he knows one guy that he will try to talk to him, to talk to the directors. Now, there was a major deal that Bankole was bidding for and it was looking very good. He said that he discovered that there was another company bidding for the same contract. Bankole said he had looked into the company and that he found out that they were doing business with his former clients. Anyway, he told Goke to dig into it. Goke came back to say that the company belonged to some of their former clients, that it was the same company that had been taking their jobs, and the only advantage is that they had insiders in the client's office. This information, Bankole told his team that they had to put in so much. He also went to meet certain people who had switched their allegiance to that new company. Only one of the people told him in Yoruba to look at the people around him. When he told me, I knew immediately that it could only be Goke, but Bankole wouldn't hear of it. Bankole said that he knew that I never liked Goke, but he knows that Goke will never harm him or do something that will jeopardize his life or business. Anyway, because of this contract, they had to travel to Abuja, Kano, and Rivers to see some certain people who could influence the decision of the company. Bankole and Goke went on these trips. Then Bankole said that there was a last man they had to go and see in Ibadan, who was very important and would help them. On the day they were supposed to travel to Ibadan, Bankole woke up stooling, and I told him to cancel the trip after he had used the bathroom for like 6 times. He said that it would be fine, that it took them months to get an appointment with the man they were going to see in Ibadan. He took some drugs and said he would just try to sleep on the way to Ibadan. As he drove out and I bade him Johnny mercies, something told me to stop him. But I was like someone that didn't stop when he was stooling. What could I possibly use to stop him? There was no GSM then, so I couldn't be calling to check on him or anything. I waited for him all day and night that day. He didn't come home and he didn't get in touch. We had a landline. I expected that if things changed, he would have found a way to call. Only for Goke to show up the next morning that robbers attacked them on the road and shot at them, but only Bankole was cut down. I looked deep into Goke's eyes before the tears started rolling. He couldn't return the look, and I got my answer. Make it make sense that you and the driver escaped unhurt, and it was only Bankole that was touched. The whole incident was ruled as an armed robbery attack. My last son was just 3 months old at that time. Goke was everywhere during the days leading to the funeral, coordinating things, but I was so sure of what I believed. I remember weeping bitterly that I didn't have proof about Bankole's death. But if it was caused by Goke, God should fight on my behalf. After the burial, I decided to look into Bankole's company. 4 of their key staff resigned immediately. Goke told me that he didn't think it was a sector that I could handle. He said that I should just liquidate the company. I said, what about him running the company, since that was what he was doing with his best friend when he was alive? Goke laughed. He said, will he work for his friend and end up working for his wife too? The next thing that he did was to drop his resignation letter. All those 4 members of staff and Goke ended up in that rival company. Goke came to our office one day and he tried to kiss me, saying that he had always liked me, but now that Bankole was gone, I could be his secret mistress. I slapped him with all the anger within me. He laughed and told me that he was offering me a good deal, that the company was going to go down, and that I would need to survive and sustain my children in school. I spat on him. Yes, the company did run down. We even had a fire outbreak, which I can't explain till today. But I just decided to let the company die. Goke lied to our friends and associates that I didn't want to have him around and that I insisted on running the company even though I didn't have the competence to. And though because of his friend he didn't want to leave, I pushed him into leaving that organization. It has been a tough journey sustaining 4 children through school. Luckily, I had my small business I was running then and some of the investments that Bankole made for the children. Goke was doing so well. Their company got that deal Bankole wanted so bad. Of course, I ran a thorough check of the company to discover it was owned by Goke and his cronies. He made good money. He brought properties around, cars, lavished on women. I left him to God, my Olubija. The height for me was what he did to my daughter. My daughter met him at the airport one day on her way back to school. She was in the University of Abuja. And Goke told her to come and see him in the hotel where he was staying. That he needed to know how we're faring. My naive daughter, who had told bits of the story, went, and you won't believe he nearly made out with her. She was saved by the bell and escaped. When she called me to tell me what nearly happened to her, I lost it. I called Goke and he didn't pick, but I sent him stinkers. Imagine my daughter that is younger than his first daughter. The society says don't be happy at another person's misfortune. Some years ago, Goke had stroke. And at that time, his third wife also left. A friend mentioned that some other friends were going to visit him. I went with them. He couldn't talk, but I greeted him in Yoruba. I said, Goke, Beleo. Tears streamed down from his eyes. I laughed in my heart and went out to laugh in the car because people around wouldn't understand. He's still down and he has not recovered from the stroke fully. It's been over 10 years. Friends have deserted him, business grounded, loads of money spent on his sickness. My children are all graduates with masters in prestigious universities abroad. I'm a grandma too. I look back and I thank God, but I am very careful with friends. Wow. The heart of man is desperately wicked. Desperately wicked. How can somebody be your childhood friend and you will treat... How can somebody be your childhood friend and you will hate your friend so much? I don't know and I don't get it. You know, last week when I said that, if someone like this is best friend, then you don't need enemies. You already have your enemy as your best friend. You don't need enemies. It's a sad story that turned out well, and I just want to say thank you for writing in, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma, for sharing your story with us. I'm so happy that things turned out well for you. Your children are graduates. You're even a grandma. Congratulations. I'm so happy the way this story panned out. But imagine that it didn't turn out like this. Not all widows are privileged to have money or have a business. Imagine that that man was the sole breadwinner of the house and the wife wasn't doing anything. You know that it would have been really horrible for the children. Some might have even stopped school. Do you know that? It is so bad. Why? I don't know why people are that wicked. What is in your heart? What is in your heart? As in, why? Why would you want to do that kind of a thing? No matter how many years you spend on top of this earth, you cannot be older than Methuselah. And Methuselah died, so you will die. So why do we want to stress ourselves? Now, what for some people, oh, if you have this kind of heart, if you have this kind of wicked heart, please go and change. It cannot pay you. It cannot pay you. If you have this kind of wicked heart, go and repent. Guys, what do you think about this story? Let's meet in the comment section and let us discuss. Till next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola Telly David. Bye.